Last time I asked a question, what are our true desires? Not the lofty sounding Sunday school answers, but the answer we would give if the lasso of truth was around us. You see, there are some basic needs we all have, and one of them is acceptance, love. But where can we find a love that can last? Some would immediately say, parental love. I recently heard the testimony of someone who was given up by his biological parents very early on in life. He was bounced around from foster home to foster home. He was finally adopted by a Christian couple only to lose the mother to cancer in a very short time. After that, he was actually raised by other church families. Up to that point, I felt sad for him, but hey, seems like the story has an okay, if not happy ending. But then he said, being bounced around from family to family taught me one thing about life. If you don't behave, you will get dumped. When I was told about God and His love, I figured that He would do the same thing. If I was bad, God would simply leave me. Wow. My heart went out to him. It's amazing how this young mind was so shaped by his experiences. How about the love between a husband and a wife? Is that unconditional? If you have been married for any length of time, you would know that there's 1,000 ways to upset your spouse. You know exactly which buttons to push. As the saying goes, the match may be made in heaven, but is lived on earth. In any human relationships, there is a limit of trust and sacrifice, some better than others. Before my wife and I were married, I remember on one occasion I said to her, "We will never need to fight. We will simply hug each other." Boy, was I in for a surprise. For our honeymoon, we decided to rent a car and drive around and visit different sites in New England. On the first leg of our trip, we were on the Connecticut Turnpike. We had to pull over in a rest stop in order to finish our first verbal fight. It was by God's grace that the rest of the honeymoon did not go down the drain. We have now been married for almost 30 years, but I can tell you that it was not just our tough love that's been holding us together. King Solomon said, "A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken." I have found that in my relationship with my wife and my kids, I constantly need to go back to God to find strength for acceptance and love so that I can extend that same acceptance and love to them and to others. If you have been a Christian for any length of time, you know that I am not telling you anything new. I know that I need this constant reminder because my heart wanders off from God to look for love and acceptance in all the wrong places. Let's go back to Him today and every day.